Welcome back to the Ultimate Road. Ladies and gentlemen, we are less than a week away from Smash Ultimate's release. And I'm about a month late on this review video for Castlevania. I apologize for all the delays. November was a big month for me, what with the wedding and other family stuff, but I've been picking up the pace and, might I say, I have caught up fully now, basically. In light of that, let's begin the final stretch with Castlevania 4. Now, I've never played a Castlevania game before. I've seen it, heard about it, talked about it, but never really played it. It's about time to change that. I figured I'd try my hand at what people consider the classic Castlevania series, which is a side-scrolling platformer with unique physics and mechanics. I'll have to try the other kinds of Castlevania games at a later point. Wink wink, nudge nudge, backdash, backdash. But anyways, did this game live up to its fame in my eyes? Let's find out. Alright, here's the story. You got some popcorn? Cause, yeah, this one's a doozy. Your name is Simon, and you're a badass. That guy is Dracula, and he's an asshole. Give him the old bada bing. The end. A simple premise that doesn't need much more explanation. Apparently for most of the other platforming games in the series, it's the same. Dracula's revived, so go kill him, because your last name makes you obligated to do so. There's really not much to talk about in that regard, although I will say that I do enjoy the simplicity of it. Alright, enough wasting time with the story. Let's get to the main focus of this game, the gameplay. Castlevania is an old series that's been around since the NES. And from what I can gather from the first few games, it's die, 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 die. Lots of death. Very difficult game. Hell, you even fight the man himself, Death. By the way, that's the guy who killed Luigi. The game's difficulty is extreme, and for the most part, I'll say that it comes with just practicing the stages a lot. Sort of similar to how Mega Man works. You wield the Vampire Killer, a whip/chain thingy that's been handed down for generations to come in your family. Apparently in this game you can aim the whip in all 8 directions, which is very handy, but not present in the other Castlevania games. So enjoy it while you have it. But that's not all you can wield. There are power-up weapons that you can collect in the level, and these can range from a throwing axe, holy water, a boomerang cross, some sort of a trash bag that can stop time, and the useless throwing knives. The hearts you pick up in the game are used for ammo, which is very weird, but whatever, it's just a Castlevania thing, I guess. I loved using the sub-weapons, personally. They opened up a lot of possibilities in how I respond to the enemies. I have lots of options for defeating them, and they change up my strategies on how I approach bosses as well. Unfortunately, some of the bosses, while cool in design, are really mainly just whip and run strategy. I mean, it's not like I can just stand there and whip. I do have to dodge, but the bosses rarely had attack patterns that stood out. Now, that's not to say all of them are like that. There are a few instances where recklessly whipping would get my ass whooped, but for the most part, I can just kinda rush it. I wouldn't call the bosses bad by any means, I just found them very unorganized in difficulty. In some stages, they were the easiest part of the level, and in others, they'd make you think I was balding early from all the hair pulling. The level design is fantastic. While a lot of the more high-stakes areas gave me skyrocketing anxiety, I think that was the point of the game. To make you think before you act. Usually levels will revolve around one central gimmick that keeps killing you until you can get used to it. You basically are forced to get used to the gimmick, and then are forced to deal with that gimmick, and the game's enemies at the same time. Once you've figured out the gimmick or pattern for the level, the game instantly will throw something new at you in the next level. Whew, and finally. How can I make a review of Castlevania without talking about the music? My god, the music is amazing. Like, seriously, some of these songs are so iconic, and yet I've never really delved into this series before. But damn! Do I love Vampire Killer, Bloody Tears, and, I mean, come on, the theme of Simon Belmont, come on. It's part of the final boss, for crying out loud. I think I was most excited for this part when I was playing this game. I'm sort of music driven when it comes to games, but thankfully most games have fantastic music to begin with, so it's never really detrimental to me. And that's it, folks. With this review comes the final 2 reviews of the series. Going into the final phase, we've only got 2 games left to chew on. We saved the biggest projects for last, Final Fantasy VII and Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Let's finish this.